So you guys, it's so great to be with each and every one of you guys. And thank you for following us or subscribing to us. Dr. Heidi and I, want to come in every week and really give you a little bit of value that you can walk away with to say, oh, I never thought about that. Oh, I want to apply that. Oh, I think I'm going to change that up in my routine, right? Because things shouldn't be hard or difficult. And when we make things harder, difficult, that's when we get more anxious and more stressed and more, and then it's perfectionist and then it's, freeze and you don't act and try something new. And so we just want to say no, enjoy, have fun, play, do things, experiment in your health and wellness because it's fun and health and wellness is fun.
Yeah. Being healthy allows you to have more fun in everything you do. So make it fun. Be fun, lighten up.
Lighten up already, right?
Yeah, it'll be easier than you think, than you ever can imagine.
And I think then we can actually, it helps us as individuals learn how to enjoy the time and the present moment by not being so stressed and anxious and future casting of what's to come and your mind and you can't settle that poor monkey mind down that we all have. But that's actually really important because that is a game changer to your physical health, mental health, of how you can control your mindset.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is why the push for meditation and mindfulness it's not to go floating off in a different sphere. It's to just be present, to be well, to be still and allow life to come to you, allow the answers to come to you. It's when we go out and chasing all these things that create stress, that create anxiety. We just stop. And I think if anyone saw the Grammys, Miley Cyrus said it really well. She told this story about, she finally got to a point in her life where she heard this story of a boy chasing butterflies and he couldn't catch him. And finally he stopped and he stood still and a butterfly landed on his nose and he caught it. She said, that's where I got in my life. And that's when this song emerged, the one that got her a Grammy. And so I loved that story because you saw her struggle. She chased after for the success, for the light. And when she stood still, it came to her. This can happen for all of us. It's a mindset. It's
totally. And today is not the day that Heidi and I are really going to talk about meditation, but I heard something so beautiful from Emily Fletcher, who has her whole technique called Ziva meditation. And she says, most people are like, oh, I've tried it. Meaning you sat still for a moment, your mind was racing and you're like, I can't do this. But it's not to clear your thoughts. The job of our mind, of our brain, is cognition, is to think. You can't stop it. It's like you saying, I'm going to stop my heart from beating. No, you'll die, right? The heart automatically beats. The brain automatically thinks. That's okay. But it's how to calm the overwhelm of thought processes and things so that you can sit with yourself. Who am I? What do I want? What do I want to do? We don't quiet ourselves enough to even know. And so most of us are just running on the hamster wheel and wondering why your life's not getting better.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of that, I know what Kelly and I were talking about earlier, is like one of the ways is how do we start our day? How do we end our day? How do we start our day? What kind of mindset goes into that to allow us to have that freedom of a bigger view, a more 130, 60 degree view, instead of I got to do this, I got it. It's more, okay, these need to be done. They're going to get done because I get them done every day.
Absolutely.
No big deal, right?
I mean, if you listen to anyone out there in the health and wellness space, anyone, sleep is a topic that everyone is talking about now, and how you really need to protect your peace, figure out how you can create this amazing sleep routine. And so I talk about that. I mean, like, I can't wait to go to bed at night because we've turned our bedroom into like an amazing place. It looks like a hotel and the bed is cozy. We've got blackout shades and it's like everything's like awesome, right? But before I go to bed, those thoughts and your mindset has got to be in a place conducive for getting a great sleep. Because I think, I mean, this probably goes for everybody, but the two most common things I hear for women when we talk about sleep is I wake up in the middle of the night, like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, after 4 or 5 hours, I'm awake. And it's like, oh my gosh. Or I can't go to sleep. I can't go to sleep. I'm just like tossing and turning and everything. So I'm asking them when I was doing some coaching earlier, what are the thoughts you're having as you're leading up to sleep and you're starting to wind down to sleep, right? Because sleep starts in this very, you're aware, quote, in stage one of your thoughts that are still happening. So before that and into that, and the biggest things everybody says is they're thinking about what's coming up tomorrow. What do I have to do? My list. Don't forget this and that. Oh my gosh. So it's putting your mind into this racing mode of, I mean, really back to the cortisol rush. We don't want cortisol rushing through our body when we're starting to head to sleep, right, Heidi? Oh my gosh. Nor do we want our body, we're trying to prepare it for rest. And you are like a race car driving your foot on the pedal of how fast you can go. You want to be pulling off that pedal as we work towards going to sleep. And so clearing your mind of thoughts is one. So hopefully you have either a winding down routine, maybe you do a little meditation or journaling or just some, calm reading before you're going to bed. But the other things are the thoughts, meaning oh my God, it's late tonight. Oh, I'm gonna be so exhausted in the morning. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna wake up at 2 in the middle of the night like I always do and can't get back to sleep. It's proven fact that 95% of our thoughts are the same thoughts run through our head day in, day out, day in, day out. So if you have that thought, the chances are that's gonna actually happen that night. Or you're gonna wake up in the morning in that same state of, oh my God, what was that list? What do I need to do? I gotta get my day going versus all of that's going to be there for me tomorrow. I know what I have to do. It's all going to be fine. There's no need to worry. And like going to sleep isn't going to help you with your to-do list for tomorrow. Right?
Exactly.
It's like, no. And nor is the thoughts of, oh my God, I haven't slept well in nights. Oh my gosh, I, can't believe I'm having to get up 1, 2, 3 times in the middle of the night. Oh my gosh, tomorrow's going to be so fast. I'm going to be exhausted. And yet again, we got to start nurturing ourselves and teaching us a new story about our sleep.
Have a new rhetoric, have a new conversation about sleep. The problem is when we don't get sleep, when we meet the people at the office, what do we all talk about? How'd you sleep? Right? Everyone talks about their sleep story or that lack thereof, right? And it becomes ingrained. Our brains are plastic. They're going to learn our bad habits as well as want to learn our new habits. So teach your brain new habits by starting with a new conversation. Like Kelly said, I really encourage people to have a journal and do a mind dump, if you will. Just put it on the journal. Nobody's reading it. Nobody's going to grade it. There's no red marks coming up, A plus B's. It doesn't matter. It just do a mind dump. Put everything you have to do, what you've done, what you didn't like about whatever stuff is going on that may prevent you from getting that complete rest. Put it in the journal. Put your to-do list down for the next day. And that way you know it's there. You don't need to carry it into your sleep and hang on to it all night long like a bag of weights all night long. And your brain getting ready to go do that to-do list. Let it go. Dump it off. The conversation then becomes more intentional, like Kelly said. I can't wait to find that deep sleep where I'm going to be floating, like I'm floating on the water, like, do what enjoys. I like climbing up a mountain, feeling that rush of cold, thin air when I get to a top of the mountain. That's what I think about. I'm like, that's what sleep is for me, that deep, restful sleep. Some people, it's more laying on a beach and having the wind go over them and the sand and the warmth. find your happy, pre-program your brain to go to that happy, and say out loud, say to yourself several times before you go to bed, I'll see you at 6. I'm waking up at 5:30, whatever that number is for you. And you'll be shocked that you will wake up at that time. But you have to train your brain to do it. It's not going to happen the first night you do it. It has to become a routine, like Kelly said, a wind down routine, a relaxing routine. Mind dump, let it go in a nice safe place. And I'm going to sleep.
You know, honey, amen, right? Oh my gosh. Here's the deal, you guys. 100 years ago, there was not sleep aids, sleep supplements, sleep thing. We just went to sleep, okay? But the world now we are bombarded. Yes, we are told to multitask. We are bombarded. There's more stressors. So we have to figure out a way to release all of that. Can you take your melatonin supplement? Can you go take your CBD gummy? Can you take, yeah, you can take all of that, you guys. And maybe it does help you. I'm not saying it doesn't. But to get true wellness, you need to figure out to get your own body in a state that should naturally be able to go through a really great, deep, restful sleep. And so if you're not getting your mind right, you can take all the sleep aids in the world. And even though you think you're going to sleep, you're probably not getting that real, true rest that you need to be restored.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I say, it's the restorative sleep is about mindset and working with the circadian rhythm. So do those things that you're going to bed at the same time every night, waking up every morning at the same time. Keep those bookends really consistent. And the in between is all about what you think before you go to bed, leading up to it. Because the reality is, we prepare for our sleep at night the moment we wake up in the morning.
That's right. That is right, you guys. So I hope this was helpful because sometimes we talk about just sleep and the mechanics of sleep and things like that, but it's a bigger conversation of life. But definitely because sleep affects so many people and we all have this racing mind, the conversation of the mindset and when you tell yourself prior to going to sleep, sometimes we don't have that specific conversation. So Dr. Heidi and I thought today, you know what? Mindset is critical, but in talking about sleep, let's actually really talk about that conversation that we all have in our head as we wind down so that you guys can just have an amazing sleep and truly get on the path to wellness.
Yeah, sleep is everything. Sleep is where we restore, recover, rebuild, ready for the next day. So get ready for the next day. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, you guys, we're going to sign off. But hey, Dr. Heidi and I wanted to make sure, in case you haven't seen or heard, we are actually having a gathering, a retreat that you can meet us in person, spend some more time with us. You can either come out to Orange County, California on March 6th and spend the day with us in our wellness retreat. Or if Dallas is closer for you and you want to head to Texas, head on over to Dallas, Texas on March 20th. And we will see you there. So if you're interested at all, just drop the word retreat below. We'll give you guys information. You can always feel free to DM both Dr. Heidi or myself. We can give you more information. We always thank you so much for either listening and following us and definitely subscribing on your favorite podcast.
Yep. Take care, everybody. Be well.
Till next week. Bye, you guys.
Bye-bye.